Sawadika. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the last day of the symposium. I'm so glad that you can arrive in these so early hours for today. So I'll try to make this session a little bit lighter and fun for you. It will be more like a workshop or open-ended questions for you if you want to ask or if you want to make a discussion about anything. So let me introduce you about why do I want to show you this idea. Okay, it's about I am working as a lecturer in Faculty of Education. So one of my job is to go and mentor my student teacher. Okay, and my student teachers will most likely be faced with a lot of tricky situations. For example, for those music major who is Western music major, they will have to teach Thai instrument or Thai songs. Whereas the Thai major instrument will have to teach Western repertoire, anything that the school has listed. This is because of the regulation that we have. It has been written for 7 years now. So every school has to follow the standards that in music subject, not only music content can you teach in that class, you have to teach both music and can you guess what this area is? Painting, the art. Music and arts are combined in one subject. So that's very challenging.
Which school are you referring? Like primary school, secondary school?
Both primary and secondary school. Thank you so much. This is governmental school, not a private school. The private schools will be more likely to have freedom to choose their own curriculum, okay? But the governmental schools will have to follow this rule, which is so foresee the future. This one is so fast forward to the far more years that the music teachers can follow the rules in here, okay? But I will show you later on the application that we are using right now, okay? So when the rule said that in music class, you have to teach both art, visual art, music, and also, if you can, there are three subjects here. If you can guess. Yes, this is a dance. Dance subject is also included in the music subject too. So in some school where they can manage to have more teachers, it is easy for student teachers to just teach music. But for some other schools, one teacher will have to teach two or three subjects, okay? For instance, the handbook that students will be using will be most likely will be divided into 2 or 3 parts, like Thai music for 2 chapters, Western music for 2 chapters, and dance for 2 more chapters. So some schools will have to follow this book, but the book, as far as I know, there are more than 9 or 10 publishers that are trying to help the music teacher and all art teacher to follow what they have in mind, okay? There are some contents and some exercise, also music notation in here, Okay. However, it looks like a dream comes true when you have this book. But imagine if you have to teach this one book by yourself, it is quite challenging for me myself as well too. So I'm thinking about a new way or another way to try it out. So if you would, you can judge me after this, the ending of session, whether it's gonna work or not, okay? So as I told you, the challenge of music subject in ASEAN countries, where I would like to raise the issues that all of the ASEAN countries, we have, we call Eastern music and also Western music. Eastern music is our own original music, original roots. Many countries have their own, okay? But recently we have, when we talk about music, we not only mention our own music anymore, we have to mention both original music or traditional music as well as the Western music. So I think that is a challenge for all countries. My thought today is to fusion it out, to make it like a food that you can cook around and have some fun with it. So you can cook your own dish according to your objective, according to your teaching objectives, okay? To nurture and facilitate young musicians to find their own path to appreciate their cultural and musical roots. Okay? The point is that it is so hard right now that youngster has a lot of medias, a lot of technology, a lot of marketing information trying to bombard and brainwash their mind. Actually, they are willing to do that so because it's easier, it's funner, it's more fun, it's easier, and it's more like a group thing, a fashionable things to do. So I think it's time for our responsibilities to raise this issue, to make them become aware of by themselves. Do not push them to sing Thai music. Oh la no, duang duen ơi. It is so contrasting from their own musical background. So it is, in terms of teaching perspective, we have to understand the learners too. So that's why we have to meet in the between. I come to you, you come to me. So I'm not going to teach traditional oral Thai tradition, but I have to raise some issue that why do you have to know it, or wouldn't be better if you can recognize, can sing, or you can realize the melodies that is so famous in Thai for a long time. I might want to show a picture that this could be related to Dr. Nattawut's presentation yesterday about 100 years ago, that we have a documentary on Mozart in our country 100 years ago, right? This is 100 years ago too. I find this on the internet. And this is the Siamese theater group which performed in Berlin, Germany in 1900. Okay, so we have a long musical roots that we have to cherish. We have to understand and be proud of it. Be proud of it is the most important thing. Okay, but right now when we teach music, it is more easier to go with notation rather than follow the roots and make a interview to the great grand teachers that is in the Thai tradition. In Thai, we normally not use the written notation. We orally based. That's why it is quite challenging, okay, to pass it on, okay. Music subject covers both content of Thai and classical music, which I already mentioned about. So imagine that in 1 year, if you want to teach all of this, all of this in 1 year, which is about 16 lessons, 16 lessons, minus some absence, minus some breaks, minus something. So it might be better to fusion it out, fusion it out. So we might try to do this. This is the textbook that Thai students, if they are lucky, they will have this used in the school. If they are not, most likely they will just use the sheet, the handout that the teacher provided. You can see that at the cover, even though in Thai it said Dontri and Natasin, meaning music and dance, the cover doesn't show any notation at all. The cover has the picture of Thai dancing. Okay, so one of the thoughts come out. Making music is one of the most useful, not most useful, sorry. One of the popular handbook that American schools use. So in the cover picture, most of the pictures are related with Western notation, Western instruments, Western keyboard. Okay, so this is the national standard that I showed you before. Okay. So as I told you, I would like to make a good balance. In my opinion, a good balance between the two cultures. And then I would try to implement the application that will be a little bit more like a workshop thing, okay? One of the thoughts come to mind is that I would like to make sure we have 3 steps in mind, okay? How to make a good balance between the two cultures. First is to valuing the traditional uniqueness, okay? Even though every music from every culture has meter or has the beat, the strong beat. In Thai tradition, the strong beat and the weak beat represented in different ways. In Western tradition, strong beat and weak beat are represented in the other ways. So to be able to understand the basic or background of these differences, we will be able to help the teachers to do so. Okay? And we are not going to touch the deep elemental music or deep theoretical differences between the two, but we are just use the major idea of it, okay, and try to translate it out. Second point is to setting the main objective. I will show you the variety of the objectives that you can choose or you can negotiate for those teachers to be. You can negotiate with your mentor teacher how to use the combination of the two. The third point is to choose appropriate musical selections. This means that I would put a lot of weight onto the learner. I mean, using the student-centered mind. Because if I use me all the time, they will not be able to understand me as well. So we have to meet in the both way. Okay, so this is the first one the first point that I would like to give you an overall idea to valuing traditional uniqueness. Okay, in Thai, there are many differences between Thai, traditional Thai and Western music. I just put 5 things here for you to just browse to, okay? First is the pronunciation. Thai has a tonal language. We have how many vowels? A lot of vowels. And how many tones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like kai, 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 kai. Kai, 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 kai has all 5 tones. When Thai people say kai, 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 do you know what does it mean? Those words are connected to build one sentence already. Kai, 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 kai means who is selling chicken eggs. Only kai, 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 kai for tonalities. Okay, so word pronunciation is very important. When we sing in Western rhyme or Western situation, we don't have to care too much about the tonality because the meaning doesn't change. But in Thai, kai and kai is totally different meanings. For instance, if we want to sing suai, suai, do you know what does it mean by suai? Suai, yes, beautiful. If you sing suai, kun suai chang, you are so not beautiful right now because suai, if you sing as suai, it means bad things, bad luck. It means bad luck.
Could you explain, because I was never explained the real meaning of the
suai.
but it's not
yes, we all can help him out, please. Suai means unfortunately or bad luck or oops, something like that. So if you want to say something nice to a lady, could you please suai? So would you like to try to use a slur, please? Using slur. I'm going to teach slur as articulation when I teach Thai and Western integrating. So let me think about the song. Suai, suai ơi. Something like traditional Thai dance is a circle dance that we have a lot of words that we have to pronounce correctly. So if we teach in an Western or an international school who the children are international, we may have to put more focus on that too, okay? That's the first point that I raised up. The second one is the scale. Pentatonic scale is the most used, even though in Thai we do not use only pentatonic, but most likely the song in Thai traditional based on pentatonic scale. So many times we can practice with the pentatonic scale on the Thai song before we move up to the major or minor or any kind of scale. The third part I would like to raise is the meter. Duple meter and quadruple meter, or two major accent on 2 or 4 is the major area that Thai music use. We don't have any 3. We don't have 3. So that would be the first part that we can combine, integrate between Thai repertoire and Western repertoire. Okay. Third part is the nuances, classical and folk characters. In Thai we have, like most Western, we have the court dance and we have the folk dance. So in Thai, if we have classical, high standard classical music, the pronunciation, the articulation, the melismatic melody would be a little bit more delicate than the folk music. I will try to use some folk music with you because it's more student-centered rather than using the high standard that you have to listen to a lot of beautiful melody. Okay, the last one is the harmony. I recently learned by listening to my students and asking my colleagues about the harmony. When they play on the ranat, which is the xylophone, Thai xylophone, they do not use major third or major fifth like us. they more likely use fourth and eighth, and octave is more likely familiar in Thai. If anyone who is in Thai major in this room, please give me a suggestion if I get it not correctly, okay? But in terms of my opinion, if we make Thai music on the piano and make the accompaniment with the 5/3 or major third, it will have becomes Western idea. If you want to make it more like Thai idea, just like Ajahn Kit Young said yesterday or the day before, the harmony and also the articulation when they play on the ranat. I love the idea that Ajahn Kit said that when we play ranat, we do not play like off instrument. Off instrument, we bounce it. We bounce the mallet when we play ding, 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 making the ostinato, makes the drone vibrate. But in Thai, we use this. We call pak nok, which is a lot of, there are more than 2 or 3 types of fingering or positioning on the ranat mallet. If you do it like this, the sound will be different. If you do it like this, the sound will be different too. But anyhow, ranat people or Thai performers do not bounce. It will be more likely to be stiff. Make it ta ta ti ta 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 ta. Okay. When I play Thai ranat in the U.S. and my advisor said, "Why do you play like this? The fingering is not right, isn't it?" And I said, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And I didn't say that in my country we play it like this, but in off instrument we play it like this and bounce, make it vibration. Okay. So. Setting the main objectives. This is the second point that I would like to raise to you, okay? Your objective can be various. You can be very preservation, make the authenticity comes out, make it alive, bring it back 100 years ago. You can do it like that too. But most likely, if you think about student center, it might be a little bit too far away from them, right? To make them listen would be okay, but to make them learn and play and understanding, that might be a little bit harder. Would be for the grown-up student, okay? Or do you want to just inherit the cultural trait? It would be so fun to see how long a song can survive. A song can survive. I have done one research to about 90 music teachers around Thailand in 70 provinces, and asked them open-ended question, what song do you think can survive the longest? Survive the longest, meaning I can sing, my kids can sing, the grandpa can sing, great-grandma can sing, everybody can sing. And write it down, write it down, write it down. For those Thais, would you like to guess which song survives? Chang, very good. Chang got the first one. Chang, 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 น้องเคยเห็นช้างหรือเปล่า? That's a children's song, nursery rhyme. Okay, that's the first one. It is the first one. Okay, okay. How about the second one? The second one, I am gonna give you a hint. Many countries has festive music. And Thai, we have many festive. Oh, very good. That is the second runner. So Loi Krathong is the song that they voted. 90 music teachers from around the Thailand, because in northern area they have their own cultural and folk music too. This is very interesting that Loi Krathong can be sung in all provinces in one tone, one melody, one words, all at the same time, okay? And I will have you sing that song together and play something too, okay? You can choose Or you can negotiate with your mentor teacher that I want to just make my children appreciate Thai music. So instead of making one page Western music and break, and then the other page Thai music, they are not connected at all. So try to combine it. It will be more challenging and will be new to all of you, but I would encourage you to try that, okay? To learn to compare or to just adapt what we have to everyday use, okay? One thing I would like to share to you is that when I got in the workshop with Kodai workshop, and the professor from Hungary comes to Thailand to give a workshop like this. I was a student in that class, and I asked him, what could I do with my own folk song? Because in Hungary, your folk song is so connected with everyday life, so it preserves on long and long time. What about my country? What should I do then? And that professor said that you have to put yourself down a little bit and make Thai, the very original, to become a little bit new. Make it changeable, make it live, adapt it a little bit so that it can live on. Just like Charles Darwin, like that he said, the most survival, right.
The strongest survives. It's like kind of like evolution or something like that.
Okay, so you don't have to be very, very strong, but rather than being the strongest, you have to be able to adapt, And we still live right now because we adapt from many years ago. We are not the same one as 1,000 years ago, but we are still now because we adapt, right? Okay, so the third part that I would like to brainstorm is to choose appropriate musical selection, okay? We have a lot of areas in Thai music. You can use classical, which is ปีพาทย์ มโหรี วงเครื่องสาย นะคะ ปีพาทย์ is the gamelan ensemble, okay? Strings we call เครื่องสาย and then if we use the terms มโหรี that means we combine them all, both strings and both percussion ensemble. Okay, those are the classical. We also have folk. This is fun because folk still maintain Thai characteristic, don't you think? Do you know Thai ลูกทุ่ง เพลงลูกทุ่ง เพลงลูกกรุง เพลงหมอลำ หรือลำตัดก็ตาม Anything that is in folk base, it's easily to digest, I think. It's easily to digest because it's everyday life. You can turn on the radio and Luk Tungs come out and Luk Grung come out. It is the word, the phrasing, the melody is still Thai. It's still Thai, even though it's not very high standard or so-called traditional or classical. Or sometimes you can use popular music too. Some popular music nowadays try to blend and integrate folk or folk tune or classical tune into that popular too. Okay, I think after how many minutes I use? Half an hour? I think before we start, this is one of the example of Thai music classroom. Okay, this is grade 4. Imagine that you have to use 15 minutes to teach all of these subjects, just like in the Philippines, right, James? Good morning. Okay, so in this school, Satijula, or the demonstration school of my university, okay, I have to mentor the class. So this is the example of the fourth grade class. First half of the music class, they have to learn Western music. and play the recorder, okay, as you can see, and sing. And sometimes if they have enough time, they will play the angklung. Can you say angklung in there? Over here, at the shelf. Yeah, the angklung is the instrument, we call Thai instrument, but actually we inherited from Indonesia, okay, right? So sometimes we have to combine those, and then cutting the half hour of that fourth graders, they will turn back to the mirror, the big mirror. Do you see the big mirror after? Behind the class is a mirror. That is for dancing, Thai dancing. Wow, what a multitasking students nowadays. Okay, so in 1 hour, Satithula or a demonstration school has to do this, and they can. This is the second half of the class. They start standing up and ramwong and do a Thai classical circle dance. Okay. It is challenging, but in this school, Satithula school, luckily they have 2 teachers. One is a dance teacher, another is a music teacher. When my students go to practicum teaching, they teach only first half of the class, and the second half they just smile and help accompany or anything. But in many other schools, such as Wasuthi Vararam, this year I visit the school. That school is the high school which has only boys school. One teacher, my student who is a bassoon player, he has to teach Western singing for the first, second lesson. The other second lesson, he has to teach Thai traditional singing. So, and after that, has to teach ramwong. A man can do everything. So that is good. Okay. Now, here comes the teaching implication based on my, not my theoretical, but many theoretical applications. Okay, I will be concerning with 2 points. First is to thinking about the affective taxonomy. I would like to make sure that I can embrace the feeling of proud, love, and want to and valuing Thai music into their own mind. And then there are many elements in terms of music teachers that we can promote the learner's situation interest. Okay, in Krathwohl's affective taxonomy, this is a big word, but sorry, I would like to explain a little bit. When we teach any kind of subject, there are three domains that we have to think about. Cognitive domain, which is the brain. Teach them to be clever. Second one is affective domain. Teach them to love whatever subject you are teaching. It could be math, it could be science, it could be languages, anything. Teach them to love that thing. And then the third one is the psychomotor, which is the skills. So in music, we have to teach them to love music, to be able to think about music, think about the melody, think about the interval, think about the major scale, minor scale, and then be able to play it. But the tricky part is, in music, would you like to guess how many skills? If I showing you the hint, this is only one skill. This is the playing the instrument, playing on the piano. Would you like to guess how many skills are there in music subject? Meaning the physical skills. Not one, right? Okay. Would you guess by number? Not 2, because we have playing 5, 6. Thank you. We have a graduate students from Chulalongkorn University, which is happen to be my student. Thank you to be able to answer this question. Okay, there are 6 skills. Okay, let's think about it. Playing, listening, Singing. What else? What else? Reading, and also writing on and composing. The last one which happens to be related with one of the big names called immune shock Dalcroze. What would that be? It's a moving. So if we try not to cut between dancing and moving, I think we can integrate both two all together. Dancing will be more like a moving with a formal language of moving. That's called dancing. But in music, like this, like ramwong or circle dance in Thai, we don't have to use very, very high standard dance step. We can use simple step that we can study, perhaps ostinato on your feet. Would you like to try ostinato on your feet? Like right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, tap, 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 tap. You can play the music already. Tap, tap. This is a moving. It's not a dance, but it's a moving by the music, along with the music. Okay. So when I would like to come back now from the three domains that those are the objective of when you're teaching. I am focusing on the heart first, because the physical and the brain, you can do it according to your own preference. But according to me, I think the heart is very important to make them feel, make them love, make them valuing. So from the bottom up, taxonomy, we have to build it from the bottom up. The bottom is the easiest, okay? Perceiving, try to make them listen to. And by listening, it's different from hearing it. If I want you to listen to can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Can you hear me, please? Yes, you can hear me. Did you listen to the music? You listen to. So if you listen to the music, how many phrases are there in those melodies? Well, that's all right. That means the last time you might be just hearing it. This time, I would like you to listen to this melody and answer me question. Are you ready? Okay, just raise your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. According to your own thinking, would it be 1 sentence, 2 sentences, or 3 sentences? Or you can sing me one more time. Just guess, please. So it means, yeah, it could be 2, could be 3, but at least you change from hearing to what? To listening, yes. You change from hearing to listening. That is just the first step of making your student become a music lover. So try your first step first, and that's the first clue. If you can progress your student or your listener to the second step, you have to make them respond to you. Sometimes we respond to the music we love without any rules or any regulation or anyone telling you. You just respond by humming it or singing it with the melody or with the radio. That means you love it even more. Second level of lover, music lover. If you want to move to the third level, you have to value it. If you value that thing or value that type of music, would you rather go buy a ticket to listen to the concert, or would you rather sleep at home and play lazy? That's the third level. Third level of how you love the music. If you can raise your student to become the valuing category is the I think it's quite high. It's quite high. It's quite challenging too, even though it's just the number 3. Looking at the number 4, organizing. That people who love music or music lover will organize themselves. It could be their own schedule, their own time, their own money to spend. They organize everything according to their appreciation or their music preference. I might buy Luk Krung cassette or Luk Krung CD. A cassette tape is the long time ago, right? A Luk Krung CD rather than K-pop, J-pop CD, something like that. I organize myself according to my own preference, so I know more clearly what I like. And then the last part, or the top, the highest part, which we all wish we can do to my or to your students, is to make them characterizing their own way, characterizing their own stuff, their own personal belongings. It's all revolved among what they love or among the preference of their own. So today I'm just going to use the bottom one, the lowest one, just to show you how to make them change from hearing music to become listening to music. Okay. Sometimes as a teacher, we might have to use any tips or tricks to catch their attention. Sometimes it is easier to make them run the activity, make them more creative, make them challenge to anything. We don't have to guide, we don't have to rule anything. I got this idea from the circle concept, the circle activities from ORF and from Dalcroze activity that we do not fix in Thai. In Thai tradition, most likely the teacher will lead, the teacher will tell, the teacher will focus on such and such. But in Western, people are more aware of themselves and be able to challenge themselves too. Self-efficacy and kinesthetic activity all are the examples that I provided to you on how to promote the learner's situation, interest. Okay, let's see. What type of song would you like to try? How about Loi Krathong? How about Loi Krathong? I would like to share some balls or I will try to play instead of having you listen to my voice all the time. I will try to put Thai melody into these instruments, okay? And could you please pass the ball to the person next to you according to the beat, according to the beat. I'm not gonna tell you how fast or how slow it is. It may change too. It may change from time to time and you have to follow the beats. So if you are too far away from the group, could you feel free to come close to the area? Okay. I think it might be good enough to just, really? You have to, okay, thank you. Okay, it's gonna be Loi Krathong, right? Okay, most likely Loi Krathong will be in a fast or slow tempo. Would you like to? Moderate. So people can walk and bring their krathong to the river here, okay? So get the idea of the next month, right? The next month is our Loi Krathong festival. Are you ready? Wow, thank you very much. Do you think you become more aware of the tempo of the music? Yes, of course. And it is more fun for you to receive the message. Even though I'm not trying to teach you the melody, so, so, mi, so, la, do, which I am later. So, so, mi, so, la, do, re, do, la, so, so, mi. That's the first phrase I would like to give you if I want to teach you the content of the melody. Okay? Now, you can be a little bit more challenge yourself if I have more balls. Okay? And please do not just play trick to me because I can catch you. I know who you are, and I know if you just keep the ball to yourself and do not pass it on to the friends. Okay? So this time, I am going to watch you. I am on you. A little bit more challenge is because the balls change from the bigger size to smaller size. A ping pong ball, which is a little bit harder to carry around, and a tennis ball. Thank you. Okay. For those who have the balls, could you show me, please, so I know it's all spread up into the room. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And people in the back, are you okay with that? Would you like to have Ajahn James? Would you like to have more? Please, could you pass them and spread them out, please, too? Even though a well-practiced student in my class, I will ask them to throw them. Da da di da 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 di da da. Would you like to try? We can try if we are in circle, but maybe not at this point. If we have time, we still have time, right? 10 minutes, right? Okay. If we have time, we try to make a circle. But this time, let's do it all spread it out. The ball will go any direction, right? We don't have to follow in the line. You can go from this to there. Okay. One more time. Thank you. And make sure that when the tempo changes, you have to change it too. Okay? And if you can, talk to your friend beside you that you want to throw the ball. Tell them first too. Okay? Because throwing the ball is harder to catch, right? And passing the ball is easier. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. With yourself first, and if you may, I'm gonna give you something that has the sound. First one, I'm not quite sure that my student will have a lot of concentration enough to not to mess around with the ball. But anyhow, the ball dropped down, the ball passed over to the floor. It will not make the sound to interrupt with the music, right? But this time, suppose you are well practiced, and then I give you an instrument that you can clap with the beat, okay? Because we are running out of time, I would like to advance you to the highest level of my student. So, suppose we practice a lot right now. The rhythm sticks, I will give them an ostinato pattern for them to do. In Thai, many circle dance are in the area of ramwong or ramton. Tone is one type of the drum, hand drum. And the tone ostinato pattern called ba tone, ba tone, ba tone, tone. Ba tone, ba tone, ba tone, tone. Ta ti, ta ti, ta dum dum. Ta ti, ti, ta dum dum. Exactly. So when you have the rhythm stick, you try to make anything that is light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, heavy. Light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, heavy. Can you try to do it your own? This is called creativity. You can do anything that is light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, heavy. Like exactly. And also the shaker, you can try do the same pattern according to your own translation. Last time for Loi Katong, okay? Would you like me to start first or you start first? I can start first because you are so advanced. You can find your own ostinato pattern, right? Pop, pop.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dneya, for such a great fun session today. And please give her a big applause.